Hi everyone, this is Meeta, and I want to show you how easy it can be to do your rental bookkeeping with one of my spreadsheets, whether you own one property, 20 properties, or over 100 properties. So let's get started. Hi everyone, this is Meeta, and today I'm going to go over the 20 property rental income and expenses tracker. This is actually my most popular tracking spreadsheet. And let's go over the different features. The first thing I'm going to go into is the intro tab. Over here, you will enter your name or company name, change the fiscal period if you like. And the income categories and expense categories over here are pre-filled, so you can leave them as they are. And if you want to add any or change any, you can do that simply by coming here and typing it in. So say you want to add some other kind of income, like say Section 8 income, you can just type it in, Section 8. There you go. You can even change any of these over here. So say, for example, you don't need any thing called storage. You can simply change it to cleaning fees if you like. Similarly, we're going to go into the expense categories, and here too, everything is pre-filled for you. And if you want to add any additional expenses, you can do that over here. There are 5 additional I've kept. And you can even change any of these other expense categories over here by simply going in and changing it, typing it directly into it. So say for auto and travel, you can simply change it to travel if you wish to. And there you go. I'm going to change this back to storage. Now let's go into dashboard. The dashboard tab is where you would enter the addresses for your different properties. So say you have an address as 1 Apple, forgive my typing, 1 Apple Street, your town. You can leave the property code as it is, but if you want to change it, if in case you have 10, 15 properties, then it's nice if you have a property code that matches the property address, because then here in the dashboard, you will be able to see them with the code that you have put in. So say for 1 Apple Street, we'll put a property code of 1 Apple Street. Now, I do want to mention that the property code should be kept short and sweet, just so that it fits into these columns neatly. So I recommend these should not be more than 12 characters. And also don't include any special characters like and or a dollar sign or an equal to, because this could be construed as part of a formula by Excel and could create problems. So just limit it to numbers, alphabets, and you can even use the dash or the hyphen. And over here are columns for you to put in any additional information you want about your different properties. So say you have long-term tenants in this property, you can put in the rent that you charge. You can put the rent in here. You can put the tenant name, like say Amanda. There. You can put the start date, that when she first joined, Jan 1 of maybe say 2019. And then we can have a renewal date. This could be Jan 1, 2023. Put in the deposit if you like, and any additional notes that you would like to type in. And you would do the same for any of all the other properties that you have. As you can see, since I changed the property code here to 1 Apple Street, it has changed down over here below as well. Now this is the dashboard. It's currently empty because we have not made any entries in the different property tabs. And we are going to go into those property tabs and make those entries. So another point to note, please don't make any entries in any of these colored cells because they all contain formulas and they're all going to get automatically calculated. You only have to go over here to the white cells in the property tabs and make your transaction entries over here. So in property 1, we are going to go put the date. Let's say October 15th. The category would, as you can see, as soon as I click in it, you get a little drop down arrow. Click on it and you get the category. Use that, put in the amount. Say you make 1200 in the rent, and the tenant's name you don't need to put in because you've already put it in there. But say this property is one that you get short-term tenants for. So in that case, it's useful if you just want to say the tenant's name, if you want to note the tenant's name here, because you will be getting a new tenant in say 2 or 3 months. You can note the start date. Maybe she joined on October, she started on October 15th, and her last date would be December 31st. You can put in the rent due date. You can put the deposit in. Maybe she paid 1200 in deposit. You can put in some notes that you want, like she has a pet. And so on. You can keep on entering the dates. So the next date could be November 15th. Put in the rent again. Put in the amount. And you get the rent over here. Something else to note is if this is the same, you can simply copy and paste over here. This makes it a little more easier for you and less typing, and you can just change the date over here, say for example December 15th, and there you go. Now if you come to the right, you have expenses, and say for October 20, you had some cleaning expenses because she moved in, and you have a amount of 100. You can make a note over here as to whom you paid. Maybe it's your cleaning company, JJ Cleaning. Now, as we have made these transactions, you'll notice that up over here, you get the rent shown. So in October, it was 1200, November 1200, December 1200. October, we had $100 in cleaning expenses, which got shown here. So everything gets automatically calculated up here in this section, and you can see what you got for each month of the year. And over here, you don't need to enter anything chronologically. I can just go in and put in Jan 1, and it will take it in. So in Jan 1, say we had rent of $2,000, and you notice immediately it goes up over there. Now let's come to the dashboard, and you'll notice all the entries that we made get reflected in the dashboard. In January, we had the $2,000 in rent. Again, in October, November, December, then there were some expenses of $100. And then this is by month. So it is by month for all properties combined. Then we have this, which is year to date. So income and expenses and the profit, which gets shown for every property year to date. So year to date, the One Apple Street property had $5,600 in income, $100 in expenses, and $5,500 was your profit. Now we get a breakdown by rent. So the rent that you got from One Apple Street was $5,600. We also come down to the expense categories, and over here you see the cleaning has been broken down, so it's $100 for One Apple Street. If you go down further, you get a little graph that gives you a bird's eye view of how all your properties are performing. So this was a brief overview. I hope this was useful to you. And if you have any questions, please feel free to contact me at moneyusage@yahoo.com. Thank you so much for watching. To grab the spreadsheet, please click on the link below in the description. You can also get it at my website, moneyusage.com.